Oh, really? Hmm. Hmm. This is a very interesting announcement. Let me mull over it as I read. Star Wars shocker. Ryan Gosling in talks to star in Sean Levy's Star Wars movie. Ryan Gosling is headed to the great galaxy far, far away. The three-time Oscar nominee is in negotiations to topline the Star Wars feature project that will be directed by Deadpool and Wolverine filmmaker Sean Levy. Details on any Star Wars project are harder to acquire than the plans for the orbital planet killer. And this one is no exception. Levy has been developing his Star Wars feature since 2022. And Jonathan Tropper, who collaborated with Levy on films such as This Is Where I Leave You and The Atom Project, have been working on a script for over a year. Levy is also producing the feature via 21 Laps banner, joining Star Wars stewards Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm. It is unclear when Levy's project is set. Star Wars stories have run the gamut of hundreds of years, detailing the goings-ons of the Galaxy Republic turned dictatorship turned rebellion. It's also unclear if it concerns Jedis or their enemies, the Sith. This is, however, to be unconnected to the so-called Skywalker saga. The story's centered on well-established and beloved characters, Luke Skywalker and his father Anakin. It is meant to be a standalone movie. Sources said, well, we know if it was a super hit, they'd probably make a sequel to it. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter Lucasfilm had no comment on any impending deal or project details. Sources say the Gosling development is a late-in-the-game move for Levy's movie schedule. The filmmaker was eyeing to direct a boy band movie set up at Paramount, which would have reunited him with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, but Gosling's interest and involvement suddenly shifted the Star Wars project into hyperspace. If a deal makes the project would continue to fly like the Millennium Falcon. All these references. I don't know if this matters. I like Ryan Gosling. To me, he was the standout performance in Barbie. Really funny. And the only other thing I can remember him in, other than Drive, which I didn't like, it was Drive, right? Where he stomped the dude's head in. That was sick. Was The Notebook. That's him, right? The Notebook. What do you want? What do you want? It's not that simple. The Notebook is like rom-com, but it was good. Like, I had a rule. I have a rule with girlfriends. If we're gonna watch something, if it's a show, we give it at least one episode to see if it hooks us. If it's a movie, I give it a half hour. And if a half hour into the movie, if either of us aren't hooked, we can turn it off if we're not interested. And I was like, oh, this turned out to be pretty good. Notebook's actually a good movie. It's a really good movie. So, I know I've seen him in other things, but I just can't really think about it. It's probably in a Netflix joint that I think I watched. Was he in one with The Rock or something? Or Ryan Reynolds? I can't remember. But if this big announcement is like, oh, not Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling, he's going to be in Star Wars. It's gonna save Star Wars or something like that. Listen, if it's got The Rock in it, Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, okay, in it, Tom Cruise in it, Star just full of stars in the next Star Wars movie. If it's woke writing and all effed up, it's still gonna bomb. It doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter who's headlining. It doesn't matter. Okay, so as long as Disney is turning away from their old ways and they're starting to make things that will please the fans, I think things will be fine, whether Ryan Gosling's in it or not. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. Does this news matter to you at all? 10 million subscribers. Woo! Well, see you. I mean, we'll wait. I wait on some news for this, but people really ain't interested in Star Wars anymore, and neither am I.